Hello, everyone, or the four people currently viewing, which is everyone for now. Welcome to the Voices of Wrestling quiz night. What would it be? Fourth episode, kind of. Block C. Um, yeah. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Obviously, it's not been a great week for wrestling as a community. Um, Obviously, a lot of tragic events happening uh, all throughout the week, unfortunately. So considered not doing this week, but I thought just try and got to keep going as normal, I guess. But I do want to dedicate this episode to the memory of Larry Sonker, great man, good friend, and who unfortunately passed. I'll just draw some attention to the fundraiser for the family that he leaves behind. You can find that by going to Voice of Wrestling and VOW remembers Larry Sonker, or you can just Google it. Right. As I mentioned, this is going to be the C block of our tournament. Bring it up. Here we go. So far, week 1, Liam McCann qualified through to the semi-final. Week 2, Adam Joyce made it through to the semi-final. Next week or the week after that, not quite sure how we're going to schedule it. We're doing the Battle Royal, which will kind of be like a last chance qualifier. Which so far Lee and Connor have already qualified, as well as Kelly, and there'll be some other opportunities for qualifying for that as well. Yeah, so for people who may be new to the quiz, this is an interactive quiz where the people watching are the people participating. The way we allow people to participate is through the Voice of Wrestling Discord. I'll be keeping an eye on both the Twitch chat and the Discord chat, but you do have to go through to the Discord in order if you want to participate, because the way we the call in is through the Discord. There's a link to the Discord below. Underneath, there's a big image that's the Discord logo. Click it, you can join the Voice of Wrestling Discord. There's the text channel called VOW Quiz Night under the podcast section. Today we have 4 rounds, as usual, 4 different chances to qualify, and you will get your chance to go up on the leaderboard, which I have not wiped since last time, so I will do that now. The 4 categories for today are going to be WCW, Rev Pro, 01, and AAA. So a nice range. You've got an American promotion, a Japanese promotion, Mexican promotion, and a European promotion. Gonna aim to have this done by the time the pre-show or Double or Nothing starts. So if you're worried about scheduling, should be fine. At most, there'll be like couple of minute crossover, and not a lot usually happens straight away at the beginning of a pre-show anyway. But yeah, we'll aim to have be finished by then. WCW, including pre-WCW NWA. I don't think I've included any of that in the questions. I mean, there's like the parts of WCW where WCW was still in the NWA, that kind of in between periods, that is included, but no Jim Crockett stuff. if that's what you mean. Oh, yes, I should mention the reason why I've moved it to Saturday. Basically, obviously, people are starting to go back to work now, even with the thing, especially in America. Different states seems to vary. I'm not 100% clued up on all the official rulings, but yeah, so thought, difference between being on a Friday and on a Saturday for Europe, not a whole lot different. But, if people are at work, it's harder to watch the show, so I thought moving it to Saturday, at least for the foreseeable future, where there's not a lot of stuff on Saturdays, would make it easier for everyone, especially the people in North America, or South America, I guess. Question in the chat: if you finish second, are you allowed to participate again? You are. It's just first placers who can't go again, so you can try and win the block, and then you'd get straight through to the semi-final rather than having to go into the battle royal. So you are allowed to participate, Connor. Again, if you do want to participate, you have to be involved in the Discord, where there's a link to that below in the kind of description below the stream. While I'm waiting, because it's not quite past yet, could I ask you guys a favour? There's this thing on Twitch where you get to become like a I think it's called an affiliate, and it makes it, I don't know the exact kind of upgrades, but it makes it better for you to stream. And one of the requirements for that is that I have to, at one point, have 5 people chatting in the Twitch chat at once. Now, obviously, because I've been redirecting you to the Discord, that hasn't been happening, but we've pretty much fulfilled most of the other requirements. So if, the few of you that are watching at the moment all send a chat in the Twitch chat right now, it would be appreciated. And then hopefully we will unlock that. I think it just has to be within like a minute, 5 different people chatting, so that would be appreciated. Also, if you do have a Twitch account and you want to follow, that also helps, and it also lets you be notified when we go live. So there's like I think it's a heart to follow that's kind of below the chat. Yes, so another question in the Discord: if I get on, will my iPhone headphones plugged into my headphone jack work on my computer? I'm not setting up my podcast yet. Yeah, probably. I assume so. Basically, I just need to make sure you have headphones, otherwise there's like echo, obviously. But just having a built-in mic that's in a laptop or a Mac, that's fine. Don't need like pristine audio quality or anything. It is past, so time to get started with quiz. Just bring it up. For people who might have just jumped in the chat because it's actually time, welcome to the quiz night. Thank you for joining. We will aim to be finished in time for Double or Nothing. The pre-show may run a minute or two crossed, but we'll be finished towards the beginning of the pre-show. We're doing the C block, 4 topics: WCW, Rev Pro, AAA, and 0-1. If you want to participate, get yourself in the Discord. I think that's about everything. Cool. Let's get started. So the first question is a crowd call. So this is done for the purpose of finding the next person who will come on the line. So please only answer in chat for this question. If you want to come on and you're also set up to come on, that means you are happy to come on the mic, and also you have headphones, because otherwise there'll be an echo. For all the other questions, it's fine for you to throw your answer in the chat and be a part of the discussion that way. But for the purposes of this next question for coming on, only answer if you're capable of coming on. I'll let you guys a few more seconds to get ready in the Discord while I send out a tweet. There we go. So, yes, first category is WCW. And the where am I? There's my notes. There we go. The crowd call question is, as my phone goes off, for 1 week, the WCW Cruiserweight Championship was duly held by 2 people. Who were the 2 people? Again, for 1 week, the WCW Cruiserweight Championship was duly held by 2 people, at the same time, that is. Who were those 2 people? So now I'll wait for the chat to give an answer, and the first person to get it right gets to come on the show. Right, so we have our correct answer, although Lee giving a different answer is making me question that, so I'm just gonna make sure that it didn't happen twice. Because Lee knows his WCW, so that's got me panicking. The one I was looking for was Crowbar / Devon Storm and Daphne, which Philip got it right. Were there any other dual champions? No, I don't think it was. So, yes, they won the belt, defeating Chris Candido in a mixed tag match to become co-champions. Classic WCW stuff. So, Philip, for future reference, I will say, generally would prefer it if you don't have lots of guesses, but I didn't state that ahead of time, so for this time it's okay. The idea is 1 guess each, kind of, unless no one gets it, then I'll allow other guesses. So, if Philip, you could join the hold section, and we'll get you on.
Can you hear me?
Hello, welcome to the show.
It's finally great to be on finally. So,
How's your WCW knowledge? It is Philip, right?
yeah, it's Philip.
Cool.
You say better than Rich as ever said it, probably.
How's your WCW knowledge?
So like obviously I was a 2 years old when like 2 or 3 years old when WCW died, so it's a lot of rewatch. But I kind of have some sort of knowledge of it. But
Not contemporary knowledge, but relying on
yeah,
the history buff in you, so it'll be even more impressive when you do well, or forgivable if you don't. Okay, let's get to it because we're on a timer with Double or Nothing. Question 1: Vader made his WCW debut. Sorry. Vader made his WCW debut at the Great American Bash 1990 by defeating who?
sorry, you broke up
Oh,
there. I couldn't hear you.
I'll do it again. Vader made his WCW debut at the Great American Bash 1990 by defeating who?
Yeah, again, it's just breaking up. I hear the last part. Vader debuted at 1990 at the Great American Bash against.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear the rest of it. The question.
Okay, so Vader made his WCW debut at the Great American Bash 1990 by defeating who?
Um, he beat Sting for the title, but that was way after. Ooh, I get Tom Zenk.
It was indeed Tom Zenk, the Z-Man himself.
Okay. Okay, got one. Thank God.
A great start. It felt like a bit of a guess by your tone, but 100% right. Question 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, you saying?
Yeah, I was just thinking of like all these WCW. I was like thinking it was like Pillman or all these like early '90s WCW guys or whatever.
Yeah, someone
Wrote it down.
who'd look good in like
Who?
a semi squash.
Okay.
Okay, question 2. What year was the final year in which the Steiner brothers featured in tag team action on a WCW pay per view or a TV show?
Shoot, and it's. I feel like once they broke up, they teamed again one more time or something like that. 1999.
Oh, it's a bit of a trick question actually. It's 2001. They had a tag team match
Ah,
on Nitro right towards the end, teaming against Booker T and DDP.
okay.
Lee is flexing his
I
knowledge in
thought.
the chat, but he again did live through that, so he's got the unfair advantage. But well done to Andy, Lee, Gerard for getting that right in the chat. Question 3. Early in WCW's history, they briefly held a fun concept known as the Gauntlet Series. This involved a wrestler having to pick up to three wins in a single week, one on each of the three separate shows. If a wrestler succeeded, they would be rewarded with $15,000. What three shows did this concept take place on?
Because that the concept took place on, right? You broke up a bit.
Yeah, so the Gauntlet series took place on three different TV shows for WCW. You had to win within 1 week on all three of the shows. What three shows were they?
Um, that early, I wouldn't know. So I'm just gonna guess like Saturday Night, Worldwide, and Clash of the Champions. I don't know that one.
You got one of the three, but not enough for a point, unfortunately.
Okay.
So it was Saturday Night, and then it was also Main Event and Power Hour.
Ah, shit. I knew main event about Power Hour. I probably should have known too.
It's a bit of a pull. They had a lot of shows back then, a lot of
Yeah.
obscure stuff. Let's see, did anyone get that one right in the chat? Pro Saturday Night wasn't pro, wasn't pro. Yeah, getting a lot of anti-Power Hour sentiment in the chat right now. Um, Okay, question 4. Rey Mysterio's first few matches in the company are fairly fondly remembered, wrestling Dean Malenko twice before blowing people away at Bash of the Beach against Psychosis. However, he faced another man who his career would go on to be linked with between the Malenko and Psychosis matches on TV. Who was it?
So I'm between two guys right now. It's either I want to say it's Eddie Guerrero, but or it's Juventud, but I believe it's Eddie Guerrero's the answer.
It's actually neither of them. He beat Billy
Oh
Kidman
no?
on TV in like 3 minutes, I think it was. Which, not many Rey Mysterio
Yeah.
squashes out there, but he did squash Billy Kidman in like 3 minutes between the between the Malenko and Psychosis matches. Did anyone get that
Was
one?
that pre-flock Billy Kidman?
I think so. Not 100% sure. I mean, I was just cage matching that one to be honest, but Um,
Yeah.
who got that one right in the chat? Lee got it right. Couple of people saying Eddie Guerrero agreeing with you, but is there anyone sicker than 90s Rey Mysterio? There's not a lot of them. Question 5. What was the name of Gary Hart's stable that feuded with the Four Horsemen in 1989 and 1990? At times it was known as Gary Hart International, but I'm looking for the other name.
Shit. Uh, no idea. Stud stable. I don't know.
It was the J.
Like
It was the JTEX Corporation, which stood, I think, for Japan and Texas, because it had Muto and Terry Funk. It was kind of the two sides of the JTEX Corporation. Mike Awesome, question 6. Mike Awesome's only had a relatively brief run in WCW, but that didn't stop him having a ton of different nicknames. He most famously, the most famous of these was probably that 70s guy, but he also went by the Fat Chick Thriller, as well as another nickname which rhymed with the Fat Chick Thriller. What was it?
I'm sure. I want to say it was this nickname he had was probably before when he was with Kimberly, when Kimberly was his manager, I think. Playing Storm with Team Canada. Probably something killer.
That does indeed rhyme with Thriller.
Killer. Yes, that's my guess.
Sorry, I think you broke up a bit. What do you say?
I said Canadian Killer.
I'm gonna give you half a point for that. I think it was initially it was the Career Killer, and then it became the Canadian Career Killer. So
Off Bagwell, yeah.
there's half a point. You're up to 1.5 now.
Okay. We're on this tied, I think, right?
Question 7. Who was the first man to defeat Ric Flair on TV in a singles match after he returned to WCW from the WWF?
I want to say returned, so.
Uh,
Did you say. No,
Sorry,
I'm just thinking.
on
Sorry,
TV
Rob.
or pay-per-view. I think I missed the or pay-per-view bit. I'm not 100% sure which one it was, but basically the first one that aired, to not counting like house shows.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm guessing Stink, because that's my final guess.
It's a decent guess, but it was actually Rick Rude.
Ah. Okay, yeah. Wouldn't have not thought of that one.
Not a lot of people getting that in the chat, so you're not alone. You're not alone. A few other guesses of Sting and one guess of Arn Anderson. Question 8. When the NWA World Tag Team Championships were renamed the WCW World Tag Team Championships, Which tag team held the belts?
Okay, so where was it? The Steiner brothers?
It was not. It was Doom.
Ah,
Butch Reed and Ron Simmons.
yes. Ah, shit. I knew that. I did like a Sporcle, like one of those quiz games, and I just was it was like named all the NWA tag team champions. I was thinking, and I remember the last two were either Doom or the Steiner brothers, so that was just going through my head on that one.
Plump for the wrong one. Unlucky. Question
Okay.
9. What team did Harlem Heat defeat for their first tag team titles in WCW? Sorry, their first world tag team titles in WCW.
Sluger?
Sorry, I think you broke up there. What did you say?
Oh, Lex Luger?
So I'm looking for what tag team did they beat?
Team. Yeah, the Nasty Boys, I think, right?
It was
That's thing in.
the Stars and Stripes. So Buff Bagwell and the
Oh,
Patriot.
yeah.
Although a lot of guesses of Nasty Boys in the chat, which is almost making me want to go and check I've 100% that got that right and not screwed up on the research. Let me just check that quickly. May get yourself a point if I've made an error. WCW World Tag Team Championships. List of Tag Team Champions. Title history. Scroll down, scroll down. Harlem Heat. Yep, first one was beating Stars and Stripes in 1994 on Saturday night. They would beat the Nasty Boys for their second run with those titles. Okay, last question. Which 4 men were the winners of WCW's World War III match?
Uh, I believe was one.
Sorry, you
The
cut out there.
Giant.
The Giant was
Oh,
indeed one.
sorry. I want to say Kevin Nash was one.
Kevin Nash and the Giant, both correct.
Did Hulk win one? Or I don't think any babyface ever won World. Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall are my last 4.
So you got Hall was correct. Hulk Hogan did not win one. It was Randy Savage was the last one. So you get half a mark for that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that brings you up to 1.5, 2 points. Tricky quiz, but
Yeah.
you know you're top of the leaderboard for now.
Does as bad as me or even worse. So
There's always next week to come back if need be. What am I putting down for your name? Have I cut out? Have you cut out? Someone's cut out. Is the stream still up? The stream is still up. Okay, I'm still here, so it's just him that's gone. I'll just put Philip. I was gonna let him plug stuff, but he appears to have disappeared. Tricky WCW quizzes can do that to you, unfortunately. Break your spirit. Okay, thanks for coming on, Philip. Hope your internet has not completely collapsed. I guess we'll move on to our next round, which is Rev Pro. Again, this next question is going to be a crowd call, so you have to be a part of the Discord in order to participate. Please only answer it in the Discord if you actually want to come on the show and you have capability to come on the show. Okay, so the question is, Will Ospreay's breakout match in Rev Pro came when facing the Irish team of 2 Unlimited at York Hall? he was meant to be teaming with Paul Robinson, but he never showed up. So instead, his teammate was a replacement of a last-minute stand-in. Who was that replacement? So again, Will Ospreay's breakup match in Rev Pro came against the Irish team of 2 Unlimited. Who was he teaming with? Jake McCloskey has been put in chat. I will give that to you, Lee, although the actual answer is Jake McCloskey, but I reckon that's close enough. So, Lee, your chance at redemption. You're on the show. If you could join the hold section, I will have you on for 10 Rev Pro questions. Lee was not ready to get that one right. Well, not ready to do this round. Okay, let me just mute.
I got the wrong question right.
Yeah, you were hoping for the WCW. Welcome to the show again, Lee.
Thanks. Glad to be on.
How is your Rev Pro knowledge? I gather it's not as good as your WCW knowledge.
Oh no, it's not good.
How are you feeling about beating 2 as a score?
Not confident, because I know you know your Rev Pro, whereas I don't. So
yeah, it's one of them where it was difficult to set the level of difficulty for the question from like WCW, where I have a passing knowledge of it, so I don't really know if I'm setting how hard a question I'm setting. Whereas Rev Pro, like stuff, I'm like, well, everyone knows that, right? No one knows that. Only I follow Rev Pro closely.
well, after the WCW question, now I'm just waiting for the OTT round sometime soon.
Yeah, it'll come around at some point. 2 points seems achievable, but the questions quickly fly by when you get them wrong, so no pressure. Okay, first question. Oh, I have closed the chat, my bad. Right, here we go. First question. What was the title of Rev Pro's first ever York Hall show?
First York Hall show, was it? Was it Revival?
It was not Revival. I can also reveal it's not Josh Bodum, as was suggested in the chat.
That's going to be the go-to answer, by the way.
Well, it's going to be painful when you guess Josh Bodum for every single one, other than the one where he is actually the answer, which may or not turn up. Nothing revealed. The actual answer was When Thunder Strikes, which was
of course,
Jushin Liger coming across. I think losing to Prince Devitt in the main event. Question 2. Before becoming known as a London-based promotion, what town was the home of Rev Pro? It's a very English knowledge-based question.
Yeah. I'm going to guess Portsmouth.
Reasonable, right kind of area, but it was Sittingbourne, as they held the Sittingbourne Spectacular, which is a hell of a show name. So that's in Kent somewhere.
I'm all confused with my Rev Pro history and where they started and what company they took over from. And
well, that's unfortunate, because the next question is which promotion was Rev Pro birthed from?
IPW?
Pardon?
IPW?
Yeah, I'll give you that. IPW UK. So you're on the board. You've got yourself a point. So
being generous.
Yeah, the company kind of split into two. IPW UK continued, and then Rev Pro and Andy Quildan split off, and they kind of became the promotion that far more well known today. and not run by a nonce. That we know of. Don't want to. I feel fairly confident saying he's not a nonce.
We love Andy.
Moving on. Yes, Andy is a great man. In 2014, RevPro held a show titled Okada vs. Aries, main evented by the eponymous match. But what match was originally scheduled to be headlining that show that had to be changed last minute?
I'm gonna guess somebody was signed by WWE, so is it Okada? Oh. I don't know. I don't even have an answer.
It was Okada versus Ricochet. When Ricochet got pulled to work a Lucha Underground taping that they decided to run the day before.
Oh yeah, Lucha Underground. I remember them.
Fun time. The beginning of Ricochet getting annoyed with the promotion that led to him finding his way out as soon as possible. Okay, question 5. Charles Samuels was the inaugural champion of Rev Pro, having inherited the belt from IPW UK. He would lose the title to Colt Cabana, who would then drop it a year later to Marty Scurll at High Stakes 2014. But what match stipulation was involved in that title change?
Was it a British rounds match?
It was not a British rounds match, although that would have made sense. It was in fact an Iron Fist match, which is a hell of a name for what amounts to...
What?
Yeah, so it was an Iron Man match, but if you knocked your opponent out, you won instantly. So in the past, they've done it where, like, one guy goes really far up and then gets knocked out with, like, a minute to go. So the other guy wins. But I think this one just... no one got knocked out. So it was basically just an Iron Man match. And yes, the Marty Scurll and Colt Cabana, two knockout artists. I know that's what you're thinking.
That's why that makes no sense.
Yeah. The stipulation was, I hate to reveal, was not Josh Bodom, unfortunately. Question 6. In 2018, RevPro had a limited run of a TV show airing on Free Sports, that very prestigious channel. Nobody watched it, unfortunately, so it's no longer happening. What was the show's title?
I watched one episode of this. What was it called? I don't know. I'll go for the very original Revolution Pro on Free Sports.
I mean, it's a reasonable guess. They have in the past had a show called Rev Pro TV, but it was not this one. This was World of Pro Wrestling, clearly going for the World of Sport nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think it only had 8 episodes, and then I think the one that was most watched got watched by like 40,000 people, and then it declined from there. Free Sports.
Not good.
Not
fair. It's an awful channel.
Yeah, awful channel that everyone has, but no one realizes they have. Everyone in the UK anyway. Okay, so question 7. The 2 points is looking like an ambitious challenge at this point. The promotion has hosted 3 separate British J Cups. Can you name the winners? Now, if you get 2 of them, I'll give you half a point.
British J Cup. So Liger.
He did indeed win it.
El Phantasmo.
He won the second one.
Oku.
It was indeed Oku. People are very upset that it wasn't Josh Bodom in the chat. Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, if Josh Bodom wanted to win it, he would have won it.
Yeah, he bulked up too much muscle, couldn't be a junior anymore. So there's 2 points. You've tied for the lead now. You've got 3 questions left to overtake it. Question 8. Who defeated Ginny in Southampton for the British Women's Championship?
Is there a year? It's just RevPro don't book women's matches, so there's only one.
There was only... Well, Ginny's only had one reign with a belt, so...
Okay.
I think it was 2018, but I haven't got it written down.
Beat Ginny. Go-to answer would be Zoe Lucas.
It would be the go-to answer, and Zoe Lucas did win the belt after this, but she won the belt from the person who this was, unfortunately. It was Jamie Hayter, who had a brief run with the belt and then had, worked Stardom a lot and then chose not to work RevPro because RevPro, as you said, doesn't book a lot of women's matches, so
yeah,
it does make sense for her to do that. Okay, question 9. Wasn't Joshua Bodum, unfortunately. Question 9. Shah Samuels has been a tag team champion in RevPro with 3 different partners. Who are they? Again, get 2 of them, half a point.
Bodum.
Bodum was one of them. Well, hey, we're on the board.
At last. Who else did Shah team with? I'm gonna go back and say, what was this tag team? Was it Styx? Is that one of the old, original guys?
Fortunately, Styx was not correct. I think he might have teamed with him in IPW UK, but not in RevPro.
Let's see. Who is it? RevPro regular. I don't know. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go Grado.
It was not Grado, so no points for this one. The 2 other people were both members of the Revolutionist stable that Marty Scurll ran. One of them was Terry Fraser, who was champion and then stopped being a wrestler, so then was no longer champion. And the other one was James Castle, who had a mohawk and was shit at wrestling.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember either of those 2 guys.
You're probably better off for it. But you at least got Josh Bodum. No points, but you got the Josh Bodum question. Okay, question 10. You're currently on 2 points, so you're tied for the lead. Can you steal it? What was the main event of RPW's first show in America?
Was that the Suzuki-Gun tag match against Okada and Ospreay?
It wasn't, Lee. You're stuck at 2 points. The correct answer, this was at the Florida Mania. I was actually at this one live. Zack Sabre Jr. defended the title against Pentagon Jr. in a pretty good match.
Oh yeah, that RevPro regular Pentagon Jr.
Yeah, I mean, when at WrestleMania weekend, book the same people as everyone else. That's the well-known phrase.
That's the thing, yeah. Look, I got 2.5 last time, so this time I got 2. So
yeah, next week, beyond 1.5, working your way down. While I'm sticking you on the board, you have stuff to plug away.
I mean, it would have been better if it was on the WCW round to plug. But yeah, listen to my podcast, Days of Thunder, at WCW Thunderpod on Twitter, and yeah, check it out. It's good.
Rave reviews it gets. Thank you for coming on, Lee.
Thanks, Rob.
I think I've figured out how to kick people off now, so I don't have to tell you to do it.
It wouldn't be the first time you kicked me off the podcast.
Oh, no, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to.
I'll leave.
Lee, fuck off. There we go. Bugger off, mate.
Look.
Oh no, I've done it. I figured out how to do it. Finally. Amazingly, there's a disconnect button. but I wasn't sure if that would disconnect me or him. But it seems to have disconnected him, so, you know, I figured it out. Okay, so this whole section is wide open. Someone can get a nice easy berth into the semi-finals as we move into the 0-1 round. Thanks for coming on, Lee. Embarrassing yourself as usual. Lack of knowledge of that tremendous promotion. Incredibly memorable Rev Pro. This next question is a crowd call. Only answer if you want to come on. You can answer in the Discord. Might help if you refresh the stream, because then you're more up to date. You have a better chance of answering correctly first. Wait a few seconds for people to do that. Well, my Word doc has really screwed up the numbering for this one. So it's got question 1, then question 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. Which I promise you I'm going to screw up when reading out the questions. Okay, so crowd call time. The 0-1 World Heavyweight Championship was used as a belt from another company. And to this day, the belt still says the other company's name and not 0-1's. What company is that? I should also add, if you've already been on this episode, you can't come on again. Boom. John straight in there with correct answer. Gerard fuming, as he loves his 0-1. But, John, you're on again. If you could join the whole channel, you can get your second stab at being knowledgeable about Pura. Unfortunately not Josh Bowden. He would never lose his title to a different promotion. He would simply no-show the event. Did I actually say the answer? It's AWA.
Hello?
Hello, John. You have permission just to jump straight in. Very fancy.
Oh, I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just a little shocked to hear you in. How is your 0-1 knowledge?
Hello? Oh, pretty bad, but I thought maybe I can get more than 2 right, so let's see.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like an attainable target.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to it. I'll just open the chat up because I accidentally closed it again. There we go. People are rooting in the chat for you to get 2, just to really screw up my tiebreaker at the end. Make it really awkward for me. So we'll see how we go. Again, I should probably say this up front, but I always forget to. For any question that involves numbers, there will be a leeway often, but I won't say what the leeway is ahead of time, because that can sometimes be used as a clue for the actual question. But, you know, if you're within the leeway, I'll obviously give you the point. First question. Which man has held the title we just talked about, so the 0-1 World Heavyweight Championship, so obviously not counting the AWA edition, because, you know, different lineage, same belt, weird. Which man has held the title we just talked about for the most combined days?
Combined days. I really thought you were going to ask me who had the most reigns, and I was pretty confident of the answer to that, but now I'm like, is it the same person? I'm going to say I think it's probably Masato Tanaka.
I think, I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I think you'd be wrong on both accounts there. I think Tanaka has 5 reigns and Sato has 6. Because
yeah, well, no, okay, so I decided to guess the person who is not.
Right. And that's.
But I knew for a fact that Kohei Sato had the most number of reigns, but I kept replaying it in my head, like, does he also have the most days as champion? I think it might be Masato Tanaka, but I guess it's Kohei Sato. There you go.
Yeah, you've thrown yourself off there. You've overthought things. It was 6 reigns, 1,111 days total reign.
Oh, there you go.
So just shy of 3 years.
What was Tanaka? Do you have it over there?
I don't have it on the top of my head, but I'm sure Wikipedia does. So 0-1 World Heavyweight Championship list of reigns. The ever reliable source that, you know, other than Cage Match, is my number 1 source for this quiz. Okay, so Tanaka had 4 reigns, not 5. I was wrong, and had 923 3 days. So a longer average reign, but not combined, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, question 2, almost said 11. Over the course of its history, as well as the AWA/01 World Championship thing, the promotion has also had another singles belt that could at times have been considered their top strap. What was the name of that other title, which is also currently held by Chris Weiss?
Okay, can you repeat it's during the AWA period you're saying?
Right, so sorry. I'll simplify the question. Basically, over 01's history, they've had 2 singles belts that could kind of be considered their top title at various different times. They're both currently held by Chris Weiss. One of them is the 01 World Heavyweight Championship. What's the other one?
I think it's the NWA Pacific Heavyweight title.
Close. It is an NWA one, although it's kind of no longer affiliated with NWA. It's the United National Heavyweight Championship. So,
okay.
A decent guess. Better than I'd have done, to be fair. Question 2.
3.
Question 3. There we go. It says 12, so I've confused myself a lot. Gerard got that one right in the chat, so props to him, as well as Andy. Question 3. Which current American WWE employee was the last partially... I've mistyped this. Which current... Which current American WWE employee at least partially booked 01 for a time?
Steve Corino.
Steve Corino did indeed. There we go. You're on the board. You're halfway to the aim of screwing me over by tying.
Yep.
And, a third of the way, or, kind of 2/5 of the way to the lead. Question 4, and not 13. What was the main event of the first 01 show?
That would be Mitsuharu Misawa and Jun Akiyama versus Shinya Hashimoto and Yuji Nagata.
It would indeed. 2 points. You're tied up. Now you have to bomb the rest of the answers to screw me over. Or, just win. Question 5. Which former 01 World Champion lost the title by referee stoppage due to heat stroke, leading to his retirement a year later?
That would be... Oh, God, what the hell was his name? Yusuke Obata, right?
Yes. Definitely Obata. I've got YUSAKU. I'm giving you the point. It was close enough at minimum. You're in the lead. Question 6. How many Fire Festivals combined have Team Emblem won?
Team Emblem is Tanaka and Otani, I think. Oh, that's basically part of the question.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 9. I think it's 5 and 4.
Dead on. You had a leeway of 1 there, but it was indeed 5 and 4. Good knowledge. For extra flexing power, who had 5 and who had 4?
I believe... I think Tanaka has 5 and Otani has 4. I think.
You would be correct again. No bonus points for that, but a nice flex. So you're up to 4 points now. Storming into the lead. Question 7.
I've already did better than I did last week, which is kind of... I never would have thought I would do better at 0-1 in the Tokyo Dome, so...
The more you find out... To be fair, looking back at those Tokyo Dome questions, they might have been the hardest round I've written, so, it kind of makes sense. What is the name of the stable currently led by Yuji Hino that enters from all corners of the building in 01?
Is that Voodoo Murders?
It is not Voodoo Murders, it is
Okay.
the Revengers.
Okay, I really could not. I didn't even know he had a stable, I'll be honest. So it's funny. I just thought maybe he was in Voodoo Murders.
It's like a weird, kind of Avengers slight rip-off thing.
That's right.
Okay. It's an interesting energy they've got going there. Question 8. What was the name of the yearly-ish Most years it's been yearly. I think they've missed one or two. Singles junior tournament hosted by 0-1.
The singles junior tournament. I'm trying to think of it. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Tay something. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I've made the mistake of making myself pronounce something Japanese, but I think it's pronounced Tenkaichi.
Okay, I had like the first part of it, and I was like, I really don't know what the rest of it is. So, off the top of my head, without looking it up, I couldn't think of what it was exactly. But I had te.
Which Google has a brief googling. So an ever reliable source has told me translates to the #1 under heaven tournament, which is a hell of a name.
So okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Which I guess kind of just means #1 in the world, maybe,
Yeah.
or world and hell as well. I don't know. Question 9: Masato Tanaka has had a different partner at every single one of the 10 of 0-1's. Furinaksan? Let's go with their yearly tag team tournament.
Okay.
Can you name 5 of them?
5 of them. All right. So so how's it gonna work? You're gonna tell me they're right as I go along, or right or wrong, and if I get any wrong, you'll stop.
So you have 5 guesses. If you get 4 of them right, you get half a point. If you get all 5 of them are correct, right, you get the point.
Well, I mean, one of them has to be Otani, first of all.
One of them is Otani.
I would assume Takashi Sugiura had to be one of them because they were a team for so long.
It was indeed. There's 2.
I'm trying to think who else. This one I'm not as sure on, but I believe he teamed with Yuko Miyamoto one year.
No.
Well, there you go.
He did not.
Can I keep going and try to get 2 more, or is it just... Maybe they did him and Obata as a old guy, young boy team.
They did not.
All right, well, there you go. So give me the rest of it. I really have no idea then.
So, at the first one, he teamed with Mochizuki. Sounds like a hell of a tag team. Second one, Sekimoto. Third one, Fujita Hayato. Fourth one, he teamed with Anita. Fifth, Otani. Sixth, Sugiura. Seventh, Raiden. Remember him.
Yeah.
Eighth, this one probably was the one you're getting confused. Kodaka.
Not
Miyamoto.
Good. I was going to say Kodaka. Good job, John.
And then the last 2, he teamed with Nanae Takahashi, which I have no memory of, but sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I got no memory.
And then...
I remember their match against each other.
Tetsuhiro Kuroda, who I'm going to be honest, I don't know who that is, but he apparently teamed with him.
I think he's an old FMW guy, WW.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. And let's see, how did the chat do on that one? Did anyone do well? No, is the answer, basically. Which current ROH wrestler, for your final question, was a former 0-1 champion? And I'm counting all their belts, not just their world championship, but obviously not counting like the 0-1 in USA belts.
So I don't know if this counts as a current ROH wrestler is my problem, but the first name I'm thinking of, because I know I'm pretty sure they held the tag titles. Is Alex Shelley count?
You know, I'm gonna not count that one, but I'm gonna let you guess again.
Okay. So I'm looking for a current Ring of Honor wrestler that's not Alex Shelley, who's held a 0-1 title. See, now my problem is thinking of who the fuck is on the Ring of Honor roster, but
the 0-1 part isn't the challenge here.
Yeah, because Shelley was the one that came to mind immediately.
I'm going to look at the Ring of Honor roster page and see if I'm actually going to give you that one, because I wasn't thinking.
I think if you want to look at it and give me half a point or something, the title. I think heavyweight tag titles. I could be wrong, but that was the one I thought of immediately.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, I said the belt. I think he and Chris Sabin held the junior tag titles, or the Intercontinental tag titles, or one something like that.
I'll have a Google.
But
While
it could
you
be.
think up another
Okay.
guess.
Current Ring of Honor wrestler who holds a 0-1 title. Who held a 0-1 title. Nothing is coming to mind. I'm sure it must be somebody insanely obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So Alex Shelley is on the Ring of Honor roster page, and he did indeed win the NWA International Lightweight Tag Team Championships in 0-1. So I'm going to give you the point.
Yeah.
So you've outbrained me there. I was going for Jonathan Gresham. He held their junior title.
Totally forgot Gresham had a run there. Wow. But yeah, the moment you said the question, I thought of Shelley immediately. So
I mean,
I'm glad
it was Shelley. Even if I didn't know it was Shelley. So props to you. A good round here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 points. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. 5 points. 50%. Easily into the lead.
All right.
John, you have now done well, so now you'll be able to plug with pride.
So Wrestling Omakase, once a week. We're in the middle of our 5-match series. We'll be recording another episode tomorrow with me and Liam from the Wednesday War Games podcast. We have a lot of cool guests coming up next few weeks. Chris from the Bad Wrestling podcast. Then Brandon Thurston from WrestleNomics is going to be on, which I'm excited for because when does Brandon Thurston ever talk about anything except for economic stuff? So that would be cool just to have him on and hear him talk about matches he likes. And Alan Farrell's going to be coming on soon too, so it'll be a fun time. So at Wrestle Omakase on Twitter.
Will indeed be a fun time. Thanks for coming on, John.
Thank you.
And congrats for the lead. Goodbye. Now that I've figured out how to kick people off the show, I have incredible power. Incredible power. Okay, so 1 round left, and it is the AAA round. Now, I will say up front, I know absolutely nothing about Lucha. So, this round, Ricardo from Voice of Wrestling was kind enough to write this round for me. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do a Lucha one. And I kind of thought, it's a big part of wrestling, it should be at least one of the qualifying rounds. So, again, I need to apologise in advance for all the horrible pronunciations that are going to be dropping. So, again, this is a crowd call. Refresh the stream if you want to be on, because that helps. What else? Only answer if you want to actually come on. And, yeah. The question is, first person to answer it right gets to participate in the round. In 2017, who became triple champion by holding the AAA Cruiserweight, Latin American, and Mega Championship all at the same time? So, who was in 2017, the Triple Crown champion of AAA by holding all 3 belts simultaneously? Philip, fortunately, can't let you answer again. You've already been on this show. Always giving clues out. Wasn't Ray Fenix. Can reveal exclusively it was also not Josh Bowden. It's not Dragon Lee. Andy. Just beating out Paul here. It was indeed John Morrison. The or I think Johnny Mundo, while in AAA. I think, not 100% sure. Maybe Johnny Impact, because they kind of had the affiliation with Impact. But yeah, I think it was Monday he was going under them. Andy, if you join the chat, I will bring you in. Welcome to the show, Andy.
Thanks. Can you hear me okay?
I can indeed. Loud and clear. How's your AAA knowledge?
It's okay.
Do you reckon you can beat
See,
2?
probably. Oh, hold on. Do I mute? I gotta mute you on. Here we go. Okay, I hear you now. Sorry. I am. I think I can beat 2, and Cardo and I talk about Lucha a lot, so him writing the quiz will be maybe in my benefit.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, first question. Who were the 8 participants in the 2012 Triple Mania 20 Pareja Suicidas Steel Cage match? So if you get you get half a point for each correct team you name. Because it was 4-on-4.
Oh God, I'm not gonna know any of this.
Oh no, it wasn't 4-on-4. Sorry, it was just an 8-man thing. But yeah, if you get 4, I'll give you half a point. If you get 8, you get the full point.
Okay, 2012.
Yep.
I'm just gonna name people. So La Parca.
Incorrect.
Okay, great. Do I get any? I can,
No,
but I can
keep
keep
going.
going.
You get 8 guesses.
Bernetico,
Not down there.
Aguayo Jr.,
You say that one again?
Aguayo Jr.
Nope.
Okay, this is bad. Ricky Banderas.
Still no. Gotta go 4 for 4 now to get half the point.
Wagner Jr.
Sorry, what do you say?
Dr. Wagner Jr.
Unfortunately, still no. So
just name him.
we've
I've never seen it. I have no idea.
we've had better starts, but you know, time to it can only go up from here. So the 8
So you start me off with an 8-person question, and
look, man, I didn't write these questions. So Joe Lider, Psychosis, Chessman, Juventud Guerrera, Extreme Tiger, Halloween, Jack Evans, and Teddy Hart.
there was exactly. I think there's one of those people that's still actively in AAA. Whoops.
Okay, going back a bit further now into 2006, which 3 wrestlers formed Team TNA in the Rey de Reyes in 2006?
Well, I actually have seen this. Now I have to think of. Is one Matt Morgan?
It's not Matt Morgan.
Fuck. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't get it right. So
If you get 2 of them, I'm still give you half a point.
Jeff Jarrett.
Fortunately, not. It
News.
was Conan, Ron Killings, so R-Truth, and Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's not. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Who was the inaugural AAA Cruiserweight champion?
Should not have answered this. House call. Inaugural Cruiserweight champion. Here's the year when AAA started.
Sorry, if you answered, you may have cut out.
It sounds like I cut out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's very weird. I said Hector Garza like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, sorry. Alex Kovlov was the answer.
Oh, that's right. Actually, that was on another quiz show recently. I was very surprised by that.
Question 4. What was the official title of the 2010 AAA video game?
I had no idea they even had a video game.
We're learning.
There you go. AAA Extreme Warfare Revenge.
Would be a good name, but it was Heroes del Ring.
Oh. What system was that on?
No idea. Let's Google.
Probably PS3. It was when I was living in the woods.
It's a hell of a way to live. Also, the Wii, apparently. Damn.
Wii? Hoping to get 0 now, Rob.
And 360. Okay, question 5. What wrestler earned Dive of the Night award at the AAA Lucha Libre World Cup 2015?
Angelico.
He did indeed. Andy, you're on the board. You're on the board with everyone's least favorite wrestler, Angelico.
Yeah, but I do remember that. There you go.
Question 6. Who ended Psycho Circus's undefeated streak in 2010? And I'm looking for the team name, not the participants.
What was the team name?
Did you answer there? I think you broke up.
But I don't know why I'm breaking up so much. I said, what was the year that you said?
2010.
Hello?
Hello, you still there?
I don't know why it's cutting out. It's like if you pause, it's cutting out or something.
Might be on my
I said I have no idea.
Okay, it was. This is going to be a horrible pronunciation, but Los Perros del Mal?
Oh, that would have been an easy guess, but I didn't want to get that one wrong again since I already guessed Perro Aguayo.
So Damien 666, Halloween, and X-Fly was the actual trio. Question 7. How many Triple Mania shows has Dr. Wagner Jr. main evented? And we're not counting Triple Mania Regia for that.
11.
It was 5, unfortunately. Not quite as prolific.
Yeah, okay.
Question 8, and this feels like one you'll get. What drunken figure came out throwing tortillas during the Copa Triple Mania match at Triple Mania 20?
I do remember that. That was Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
JEFF and JARRET. It was Jarrett. Well done. 2 points. We're in for a big tie here.
Now Lee and Philip want me to hold steady.
Question 9. What Lucha de Apuestas was the semi-main event in is it Guerra de Titanes? That one. 2014. You might have cut out again.
No, I'm thinking.
Oh, sorry.
think this is too early, but I'll answer. It might have been a year or two after. Was it Superfly versus Aerostar?
It was indeed 3 points. You've taken second
Woo!
place. And then last
Sorry, Lee.
question.
Sorry, Philip.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry, Lee and Philip.
And last one for Pride. Who were the 3 original members of, is it El Consejo? ELCONSEJO stable?
No idea. I would guess it's. I'm not gonna throw out random ones, so I have no idea on that one. I'll just stick with 3 and get second place.
There we go. Tejano Jr. Is it Toscano? TOSCANO. And Mascara Anno 2000 Jr.
Yep, that's true. Okay, yeah. Let's go to Anyo 2000.
Andy, do you have anything you would like to plug while I stick you on the leaderboard?
I'm currently not very active in our little community. I think I'll plug. They said this was a tribute show to Larry Zonka, so if you haven't donated already to the GoFundMe, think about doing that. $5, $10, whatever. They've raised like $36,000 already as we record. So pretty awesome stuff for a very tragic situation. And just be kind to each other.
That is something I can definitely get behind. Thanks for coming on, Andy, and congrats on finishing second.
There
we go. Lee. There we go. So, congratulations to John. You are our semi-finalist. As always, I have a tiebreaker, but not required this time. So I'll just put it out, and whoever gets it right first in chat will get a large helping of Pride. Okay, so as always, it's a what am I calling this? Unmask the Wrestler. I was calling it something like that. I'll give a piece of information. You can all guess once after each clue, and over time it will narrow it down. So, question 1. I've defeated Lance Archer, Drew Gulak, Rocky Romero, and Ricky Marvin in singles matches. Who could that be? CSJ is a decent guess, not the right one. Not Josh Bowden. CSJ, has he beaten Archer? He's probably beaten Archer. He must have beaten Archer somewhere along the way. He's definitely beaten Gulak, beat him in the Cruiserweight Classic, I think. Must have beaten Rocky Romero. Has he beaten Ricky Marvin? He might have. So we might actually be a correct answer to that question, but it's not the one I'm looking for. I'll say it up front. One person has got the right answer so far, but I won't reveal which yet. The clue 2. I've had 4 shots at the ROH World Championship, but never won it. And then question 3, or clue 3. Akira Tozawa defeated me in my last match for a company. Leave you a few seconds before saying congratulations to Jack Beckman. It was indeed Kenta. He beat Lance Archer in, I guess it would be New Japan. Must have beat him in the G1. Drew Gulak, he beat in WWE. Rocky Romero, he beat in, I believe, Ring of Honor. And then Ricky Marvin, he beat in Noah. So, congratulations. Have yourself some pride. Yeah. Lots of people thought that was Marufuji, but it was indeed Kenta. Let me edit this and throw on the updates. Well done to John. I'll even spell your name right this time. I think I spelled it right this time. See in chat. John. Oh, it just says John Omikaze. That's no help. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm very bad at spelling. And then in second is Andy. God, why am I blanking on your surname? I talk to you in the chat like every day. How embarrassing. Labar. It's a good word name. Almost put Andy Robinson, but that would be dumb. Okay, so John moves on to a semi-final along with Adam and Liam. We'll be playing them out in probably 2 to 3 weeks from now. Next week will either be the Battle Royal or the VOW vs All-Star episode. I'll be talking to people and figuring out when would be best to do that. The Battle Royal will kind of be a last chance qualifier thing, and it will have a bunch of different people on. It'll be a slightly different format. It'll all become clear when the episode actually comes around. But you'll still have a chance if you have not had a go yet to qualify. We'll be doing 2 crowd calls for that one, as well as the people like Andy, Connor, Lee, and Kelly who have earned entrance into it, and that will be your last chance to reach the semi-finals. Then we'll also be doing a Voice of Wrestling vs All Stars episode. Probably try and get Adam, Connor, and Liam on for that one to represent the All Stars, and then I'll ask a few people on the Voice of Wrestling staff to be the other team, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If you are one of these people listed here, I'll probably be in contact with you depending to find out when will be best for you to come on. Scheduling wise, yeah, that's about it. A slightly quicker episode than usual, so it can be done in time for Double or Nothing pre-show for the people who are going to be watching that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Again, I want to echo Andy's sentiments and direct people towards the memorial fund for Larry Sonka's family. You can find it, this link here, or just searching it on the site, or going directly to the GoFundMe. A lot of money's been raised already, which is, a one slight silver lining to obviously a tragic situation. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll ask again, because I don't think we actually got up to the 5 people before we wrap up. If everyone could quickly just throw a message in the Twitch chat all at once, it would be greatly appreciated, because I would unlock something as like a Twitch streamer, because usually, obviously, I'm directing people to go into the Discord chat, but I need people to actually message all at once in the Twitch chat just as a one-off to unlock me something. So that would be greatly appreciated. Unlock that stuff. Chat, please. Twitch. Boom. Hello, hello, hello. Moo. I think that's done it. Thanks, everyone. And then also, if you want to help me out, it would help if you click the follow button. Thank you if you've already done that. Also, that lets you know when I go live. For the next week's episode, we'll probably also be on at the same time as today, so again Saturday next week, with either the Battle Royal or the Voice of Wrestling vs All Star episode, depending on which one works out better scheduling wise. But I will be updating the schedule on Twitch. There's a schedule tab and it shows you when, so if it does end up being a different time, it'll be on there. I'll also be tweeting out from the account telling you what time it will be. That account is at the Wrestle Quiz. on Twitter for both my general wrestling thoughts, but also updates on the quiz. What else do I have to say before we wrap up? Not a whole lot, I don't think. Again, congrats to John. Thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks for the 4 of you for participating. Be nice to each other. Be good to each other. Bye, guys.